Hi there, this is Amanda Frankel with our Crafty Playdate, and today we are going to make this card, but we're going to make a little bonus project too because Halloween is right around the corner. And we made this in a class and we didn't make the bonus project. So if you were in my Halloween class and you want to make a bonus project, this is how you're going to do it. I did not pre-cut this base of it's just orange cardstock. It's just pumpkin pie cardstock because I want to show you a cutting trick. Okay. So this is our new Stampin' Up! Trimmer. And I will tell you that I'm not very good at it yet. So just bear with me. But the first thing that we are going to do is just cut it in half at the 5.5 mark. So it's right here. I don't know if you can see that. It might be off your screen. I actually lowered my tripod tonight because I am tired and I want to sit down. All right, so there's half. Reserve this half. You're going to need it in a little bit. All right, so I'm going to stick that right up there. And this is the half for my card. Okie doke. We're going to move this for now. We're going to need it again later. I'm going to, before I fold it, I'm going to stamp it. So I want the background stamped with this gingham pattern, which is the Buffalo Check stamp. One of my very favorite go-to stamps, and the Stamparatus because it is my very favorite go-to tool. So there you go. All right, I am going to stick it in. Do I have any on here? Yeah, I do. Okay, I have a little bit of temporary adhesive on this paper, and I've already marked where that stamp is going to hit. And one way to do that, you just ink your stamp and stamp it onto your little Stampin' Up! Paper that from the mini grid paper, and then you know right where it's going to hit. And so these are the marks that I will be sure then cover it. I'm just going to line it up with that line and give it a little pressure. Okay, and I am going to ink it with my pumpkin pie ink. This stamp. Remember, this plate just comes right out. So if I don't want to try and do it at a crazy angle, again, tired. Remember I said tired? I can ink it here. The beauty of this card is I want it to look a little rustic. So if it's not seriously good coverage, I'm not worried. Plus, a lot of it's going to be covered right in the middle. So I'm going to just stick this right back on here. It just drops straight down. And I'm going to close it and give it pressure. And I'm going to give it a little more pressure than I normally would, just a regular stamp, because it is a big thing. It's a big deal. It is a big deal. All right, so stamped, opened. It's okay again if it has an opening here. I want it to look rustic. I'm good with this. I'm going to move this out of the way. And this is the front of my card. So I'm just going to fold it in half like I would every other time I've made a card for you guys. Right? Super cute, and that is easy to do. Okay, here's the inside. I have a little dimensional paper on there. Okay, so it looks like this to start. I have a piece of white to stick inside. I'm not going to do that yet because you don't need to see me glue a piece of white paper inside. And here is my other white piece of paper. It is 4 by 4.5, so it is not a rectangle. Okay. I mean, it is a rectangle. Duh. It's not a square. It's not a square. So make sure that you have it vertically on here or it won't fit. See, gonna hang off. So I'm gonna do it this way. I'm not gonna glue it right away because I need to stamp it first. And I have a couple other things that I need to do before I stamp it. So, actually I can stamp the Hey There Pumpkin on there. I'm gonna move that back in so you can see. I'm gonna stamp the Hey There Pumpkin. It's going to be kind of low and to the side. If you're admiring my beautiful words on here that you can see, it's a little crooked, but won't matter. It's because I actually put my stickers on. I'm using the Hello Harvest bundle today, and I'm using the Buffalo Check you saw. I'm not going to list them here on the screen, but they will be down below in the description box. Okay, so all of them with the links will be in the description box. But we are using the whole bundle of this, which includes a punch. You can see it makes an apple. We're using the pumpkin and the face and these things here and the Hey There Pumpkin. That's what we're using from this bundle. And the other thing we're using is the punch. Okay, so we've got that part done. We are going to bring our trimmer back in because that extra piece that we saved, I want to show you how I want you to cut it, which sounds crazy, but you're going to have to just go with me here. Right now, it is 5.5 by 8.5, okay? I want you to leave it 5.5, but I want it to be a 5.5 square, okay? So I am just gonna cut it off here, and then it will be 5.5 by 5.5. Reserve this 5.5 by 5.5. We're keeping it over here. We're keeping this one here because we need to make this guy. In order to stamp this, what we are going to do is, we're not using pumpkin pie ink anymore. Actually, not at all. We are going to use Memento. So we're going to stamp the pumpkin on here. And when you put your punch in, your pumpkin is going to be upright. So when you put it in, you need to put it in close enough to the side here that you can get your punch in there. 1, 2, 3. Good. And while we're at it, let's just give him a little happy face. We're going to stamp that right on top. 1, 2, 3. You can see right through it. Well, he's good enough. All right, you can see, is he good enough? I don't know. Should we try it again? We'll try and line it up again, but it's not always promising. If it doesn't work, we've got extra. Ugh. All right, 2-sided paper, but let's do this again. All right, we're going to stamp the pumpkin. Pretend like he's not looking at you. Pretend like he's not staring at you. Staring you down. Okay, pumpkin. And this time, you know what? When I do this face, I'm going to check it. I'm going to look at it. It looks like it's got good coverage. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp it and maybe give it a little pressure. And count. 1, 2, 3. Oh, he's so much better. Look at this guy. I don't know. He's a pumpkin in motion. All right. We are going to punch this guy out. So I'm going to unlock my punch. Slide it right in here where I can see it. Where I can lean over and get my hair in the camera view for you. It's very good right now, by the way. I want to give a shout out to one of my very loyal viewers, Karin. Karin. I don't know if I'm even saying that right. She is German. She's been to a couple of my classes with her sister who lives here, but she lives in Germany. But she watches my videos all the time. So shout out to her. Thank you very much for watching. And let's just keep going. I am going to kind of figure out where I want him. I know that I'm going to have some ribbon going across here. So I want to leave a little gap space there. But he's going to be on there. So that's how I'm going to know where exactly I'm going to be stamping all my other pieces and parts. Did I get my stem out? I did get my stem out, but you know what? I don't see it on my block. So I'm not exactly sure where I put it. So we're going to pretend like I'm putting the stem on there. Crazy. We're going to put some leaves. So one there. One here. If you're going to stamp multiple things, don't forget to re-ink and move them around. Don't have them all coming out the same angle. Right? I'm going to twist it so that all the leaves aren't exactly the same all over. Okay. And you know what? I did also use this curlicue, but I'm not going to use that right now either, only to save time. I don't know where I put my stem stamp. That's craziness. Is it in there? It is in here. I didn't get it out for you. All right. We're not going to pretend. We're going to actually do the work, do the job. We're not going to stamp the little squiggly. You get the picture with the squiggly, but we will do the stem. And I'm trying to do this a little faster because I want you to have time to see the bonus project. All right. Don't forget, counterintuitive, the pokey part of the stem is down, right, instead of up, so that you can do that. Okay. You would think, oh, that looks like it's upside down until you put it on your pumpkin. Okay, we are going to color. We are using blends. We are going to take the dark blend, and we're not going to color right on that right away. And we're just going to use the brush tip and a quick and dirty line. Maybe that's a little too thick. Ooh, and a squiggle. I'm just giving some shadow. I might be giving a little too much shadow. He's a very shadowy kind of guy. He's a shadowy dude. All right, so I'm giving him a little shadow. This, I'm not pushing down. It's just I'm using the brush tip. I'd probably actually use the fine tip, just FYI. But it is going to sink in a little bit to your pumpkin. And so I know it looks really dark right now, but it won't. So for that was pumpkin pie, of course. And I used only the dark marker. This is Granny Apple Green because the squiggly was Granny Apple Green. We're going to use the light color to color on all of our leaves, and we are using the brush tip again. And it can be kind of quick and dirty. It doesn't have to be super weirdly accurate because this ink, it kind of spreads out. These markers are an alcohol-based ink, and they kind of spread out a little bit. So I don't want to get too close to the edge or too finicky. I just want to be kind of fast like this so you have time to see the other cool project. Okay. Oh, and stem. Okay. And now with the dark marker, I'm going to use the fine point. So we have a brush tip and a fine point, and the lines here, in case you need glasses like me, will tell you fat, skinny. I'm going to use the skinny tip, and I'm just going to write where the black lines are. And the reason that I'm doing that is just to give a little more dimension to the leaves. The beauty about this alcohol ink is it's going to spread out and kind of blend a little bit better, as you can see here, and it's starting to do on the pumpkin. So we don't have to worry about that. That guy's going on a dimensional or two. It does bleed through, it's okay, but that's why you don't want to do it on top of you don't want to color on top of something. We're going to use 3. 1, 2, 3 in a little triangle. A 3-legged stool pumpkin so he doesn't fall over. Alrighty. We're going to stick that right there. Awesome. We are going to put on our ribbon. I've got my scissors here. And I'm just going to kind of measure like this and cut here. This ribbon is awesome. I don't remember what it's called, but I will list it. It's black, sparkly something. Probably not really that name, but you know, you get the idea. I'm going to use Scotch tape to hold it down. You do not, you know how I love liquid Tombow? You do not want to use liquid Tombow ever on ribbon, because ribbon is a fiber and it just turns into like a gummy lump. And you don't want that. So don't do that. But you also don't want to tie it around and tie the knot for 2 reasons. 1, it wastes ribbon. 2, it leaves bulk. Actually, 3 reasons. The third one, here's how you're going to make that knot really super flat with the legs at the same place. You're going to go from the top. Don't cut it off your spool. Fold this over your hand. Ribbon of courage. Remember, cross, tuck, and pull. You can watch that 12 times fast. And cut. That's all you need for your ribbon. And there was no wasted ribbon, right? So there's no waste. And that way, this knot, if its legs are hanging right over the Hello Pumpkin, I can just slide this whole knot over, okay, so that it's not going to be in the way. And then this is just flat on glue. And then I told you also, I'm not going to glue the inside in right now because you know how to glue. We're going to do a different glue because I have a class tonight actually also. And so I have to clean up this mess that I've made. But I wanted to show you this because Halloween, so soon. Haven't gotten costumes for my kids yet. Worst mom ever. You know what it is. Otherwise, they will be crazy talking about what they want to be. Okay. So except for the Curly Q stamp, this is done. I have used that extra piece of paper that I had left over, remember, from the 8.5 by 11. And then this is my 5.5 inch square. My 5.5 inch square works perfectly for the mini curvy box. Look at that. So it fits perfectly in the mini curvy box. And I'm going to cut one of these out. Miracle. I cut one of these out for you so you can see it. It's awesome. If you didn't get this when it was available as a full size, you want to get it now. I take a bone folder in my thumb like I'm paring an apple or something like that. And I just do this on each of the little guys. Okay. And now I'm going to take my face. You've seen how little waste there is on this, right? Which is great. It's my favorite thing. My favorite thing is no waste. Okay, I'm inking that up. I'm gonna stamp it right in the middle of this arm, the one with the hole in it. Okay, and now I'm gonna, see that fold right there? I'm just gonna fold it back a little and give it a little fold. And I'm gonna do the same thing for this one. I'm gonna put those two, kiss them together, slide this in here. Oh, pop loose. Slide this in here like that. That just folds over. There's no adhesive here, guys. This is so easy. I'm gonna drop Hershey Kisses in here. It holds 4 comfortably, okay? So if you have Hershey Kisses, 4 little ones will stick in there comfortably, and you have a little bonus pumpkin treat for your Halloween guys. It's super cute. You could use the punch that we use to cut out the apple or the pumpkin and make a couple of little leaves and stick them on there. That would be cute. What I did instead is, in addition to the family with the Kirby dies, it comes with a bunch of little tags that you can hook on to the box. And I use this one right here. And I stamped that Hello Pumpkin again. And I put it down here somewhere. Oh my goodness, you guys. And my class is gonna come and say, Amanda, what were you doing in here? Were you filming a video tonight by chance? Oh, here it is. Okay, so I'm gonna take the Hey There Pumpkin, and I want to use that die. I'm using the Nature's Twine. It comes with 4 different kinds of twine. I'm going to not use the orange because it really looks horrible, but I like this color. I think it's good. Actually, you know what? The green is kind of cute too, right? Okay, we'll use green. Okay, so with it, it's going to thread pretty easily because it automatically cuts out a big hole on that die, which is awesome. You don't have to worry about finding your hole punch. If you can't get it to go in, you can do this and just force it through with your scissors if you can't see it. Or if it's really small and you're using a fatter ribbon, watch one of my older videos to see how I thread ribbon through a button. And really, it is super easy. It is just dental floss threaders. Okay, you don't want to actually tie it through here. You think you do. You think when it's closed that you want to tie it through here. But then if you do that, they can't open it, right? Because they'd have to thread it back through. So I think, although I bet you could, ooh, it does fit through. Okay, we're still not doing that. We're still not doing that. But now I've made a mess. All right. If you're doing something bigger that won't fit through there, then you want to attach it through right here. You want to stick it through right here. And it'll still hang off to one side if you do that. But then when you take it off, they can take it off without obstructing the little joint there. But you know what? Since it's so cute and it did actually fit through there like a buttonhole, we are going to tie it through there. It might at least slow the kids down. I'm not going to make this really tight knot because I'm not even going to do it that way. I'm not even going to make this a little tight knot because I want people to be able to get into it. And I want it to hang a little. So I'm just going to pull my 2 ends here and make a little knot like that. All right. It's okay if these unfray. Actually, I'm going to unfray them anyway once I get it all through. I'm doing an awesome job of doing that right this minute, unfraying them. Fraying them, not unfraying. All right, there you go. And I would definitely pull these apart a little so that they're kind of funny. And then there you go. It just hangs on there. And it's a little bonus treat that goes with your card. Hey There Pumpkin and Hey There Pumpkin and a little matching treat and box. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you see something here that you like, these are part of the holiday catalog, this mini curvy box you absolutely want to get. It is adorable, and last time they sold out of the big ones, so get it while you can. It's in the holiday catalog, so you don't have forever, and you're going to be able to use this for a lot of different holidays. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed this. If you don't have a demonstrator, I would love to be yours, and I look forward to working with you. Have a great night. Bye-bye.